Our plane landed in Vancouver, British Columbia. From there, we headed south to the city of Seattle in the state of Washington. Washington is directly below British Columbia, so we had to cross over the US border to get there. Once in Seattle, our first stop was the Neptune Wakeboard Factory. We're down here in Seattle at the Neptune Wakeboard Factory. We're gonna head inside and find out how a wakeboard is built. Notice the sign says safety glasses. I happen to bring along a pair. Hey man, did you get that chocolate bar out okay?
No, I didn't even get my money back.
How are you doing, Jose?
Good, you, Jake?
Good.
Right on.
This is Jose Quiray. He is the product manager for Neptune Wakeboards. Now, Jose, how long have you been with the company?
I've been with the company about 1.5 years. Basically, my job entails of designing a new product, going out and riding it, testing it, going out and getting new graphics, something a rider would actually like to see.
Well, it sounds like they're brewing up a batch of decks back there.
They're brewing up a bunch. Let's see how it goes.
All right, what's step one?
Well, since we're right here, first step is in a wakeboard, Jake. There's a foam tool. Basically, the foam is the most important part of a wakeboard. You can see this is where we try to really innovate and put double inserts. Other side, you can really see how it takes shape of the board. Basically, the fin blocks, and then also our deep channels.
So that's the guts of the wakeboard, I would say.
This is definitely the innards of a wakeboard. The next step would be to, lay up the graphics on it. Graphics, basically make the board look good. That's what the majority of the board sales are from.
Yeah, you could put a decent graphic on a plywood sheet and probably sell it.
Yeah, I think people would buy it if it's a decent graphic.
So is this the adhesive layer that is the top sheet?
Actually, this is not an adhesive. This is actual top sheet what goes on top of the board.
Cool. It was already like that, by the way. I didn't start that.
That's your board. What we got to do now is basically take all this fiberglass, put some resin on it, and we'll go from there. Now we're doing the inserts from inside. You'll see when the board is laminated, you won't see any of the inserts. Unlike before, they were drilled into the board. This is more or less of a snowboard style.
Cool. Now, is there a difference doing it that way as opposed to putting them in later?
Just a little bit lighter board. See, if you can feel there's a little bit of a plastic piece on top of that. What that does is it avoids any resin going inside of the insert, so you can fit your thumb screws or G-bolts or whatever in there.
Do you have to have someone Josh's size to be able to put those inserts in? Those look pretty tricky.
we try to hire the biggest guys we can. Basically what now he's doing is top fiberglass.
So then the bottom sheet is the exact shape and size of that board, so it just goes right over top of that overlay?
Yes, sir. The next thing to do would be to lay in the top graphic.
Oh, so he actually puts the graphic on the tab to keep it aligned and stuff?
It does keep everything aligned so that the graphic is straight, so there's no room for error.
Oh, this thing's pretty hot. I guess that's why he's kind of got no hair.
Obviously, the last and final thing would be lay the bottom graphic on top.
See you later, Mr. Wakeboard. You're wrong, that doesn't taste anything like maple syrup.
No.
So that's it, she's all done. 10 minutes and 30 seconds. And voila, one big board with a lot of extra graphics.
Next step is basically give the board over to Lenny. He's gonna bandsaw it, take care of it, take all the excess material out, file it down, get it ready to go. Now they're gonna router it out, make it a little bit edges, a little bit cleaner, getting ready for it to file.
And he doesn't get any dust in his gum. So is the idea to sort of overshoot the amount of materials and then back it off? That way you're guaranteed the coverage?
Exactly.
Now, Jose, how does he find the inserts?
Well, he takes a piece of chalk, goes over it, and tries to make sure he finds it. Now he's gonna put a template on there, secure it down, make sure it's on there. You see where we put the little plastic inserts?
Yeah.
This is when we take a drill the hole in for the fin.
For the bolts for the fins.
Exactly.
So we got all the holes in it, and that last little protective layer, you leave that on to the last minute just in case?
Leave it on the last minute so that make sure there's no problem with the board, no damages. That's the last step. Basically, Kevin's gonna take a look at it, grade it. Definitely an A-grade board, it looks so far. He's gonna serialize it.
What's serialize?
Basically what it does is it puts a number on the board so we can track, okay, maybe today, this is what happened.
Now how do you brand the numbers?
Basically we use a laser machine.
Laser machine.
Laser.
Gotta see this.
There it is, Jake.
That's cool, the World of Wakeboarding serial number.
Property of World of Wakeboarding.